Alright, guys, it might be kind of a slow audio because I don't really have too much in mind to say. But it's been 2 months since I made an audio and put it on YouTube. And I actually thought it was longer than that. My perception of time, I guess it's in a way cool that I thought it was like 4 months, not 2 months. So I guess I'm experiencing my days, I guess, or like it's not passing me by. Like I'm feeling everything day to day, I guess. Um, so basically, I don't want to like gossip about somebody that I know in real life over the internet too much or anything. But basically, the main reason I was gone is because there was a girl that I was talking to. Um, but it seems like it's over now, and I'm I'm happy with it. And now I can go back to having a lot more free time. 'Cause I don't know, I get lonely a lot of times, but maybe it's not so much loneliness as much as it is like purposelessness and boredom. I think it's really more boredom and purposelessness than anything than loneliness. 'Cause when I'm just by myself, I don't really do anything. There's not really anything that I want to strive for or like no artistic projects or like I'm not a big fan of money. I don't really care. I don't really care about like getting a physique of any kind. Like sometimes um I'm like, maybe I'd look nicer with bigger arms, but or like being a bit skinnier. But at the end of the day, I just don't really care that much, and that's why I don't have bigger arms or I'm not a little bit skinnier. So that's all right. I've been playing a lot of Peak with a friend online, and I'm just having a really great time because we've been playing it for like several weeks in a row, like every weekend, uh, whenever we get the chance, and it's just a really good time. It's like it's been a while, like a long time since I've had anybody to play with, and it's a bit strange. Um, it's I don't know. It's just like it's an unusual way to socialize, I guess, but I guess it suits the both of us. Um, and it suits like I don't. It's strange because I don't talk like about anything except the game. I realize like it's part of my personality. Like most people, I think. I remember one time I played Left 4 Dead with two people I knew online, and they were talking about their lives and different things and not really focusing so much on the game. And it just occurred to me how different our approach was because I was just very focused on the game and wasn't too interested in the conversation topics. I don't even really remember what we talked about, but I still remember the level of Left 4 Dead that we were playing and everything, and like what was happening in the game because I was just focused on the game and not what we were talking about. And that's how like me and my siblings always used to play games. When we would play, we were, it's just I don't know if it's not just autism because I work with I've been around autistic people and they're not like quite like me where they have this extreme. I mean, maybe it's just a certain type of autism that I have, but there's something else to it, I think. Because I know that there are a lot of autistic people that have their special interests and they don't really talk about anything else. But that's not exactly what my problem is. My problem is just that if something isn't like generally interesting, or if I don't see the point in talking about something, like if I can't think of any reason for it, or if I'm not solving some kind of problem, then I don't really talk. Um, like, if I don't feel like talking about my feelings is going to make me feel better, then I'm not going to talk about my feelings. If I don't see anything being achieved by telling somebody about my day, then I'm not going to really go into a lot of detail about my day because I just don't really care about how my day went. I've lived a lot of days and I don't want to waste the breath um, talking about what I ate or like what I was doing. Every time somebody asks, I just don't really care. And a lot of the time, it's like a lot of people don't really realize they do this, but they will try to like tie you into a relationship with them. And even if it's something minor, where it's just like they talk to you every day, I think that people don't really realize how much they're taking away from you if you have to give them basically your attention and your love and your time and your words, like speaking to that person, and like you have to put your emotions into this person just because they decided they wanted to be part of your life. Like I get very it's not so much that I'm shy about things, but I really don't want to bother people. So I don't want to try to like intrude or impede on their life, I guess. Um, but some people don't seem to be aware that that's kind of what you're doing when you like start regularly talking to somebody. Um, you're like pushing yourself into their life, and then see that person only has so many hours in a day, and so then now they have to deal with you at least a little bit. Um, and it kind of ties you down because you like there's a point, like think about this, if somebody wants to be your friend, you can only have so many friends before you have too many, no matter who you are. And some of us have a higher capability, uh like a higher amount of people that you could be friends with than others, and some of us are more introverted and want our alone time. I really like my alone time, so I want a very small circle. If I was on a desert island with the right person, even if it was either a friend or a romantic thing or anything, I think I'd be content with that. Just hang out with one person, that'd be all right. But after a certain point, there's just too many people in your life, and you can't interact with them all. I have one friend online, and like every month or few months, we'll have a short conversation about what's going on in our lives, and then it just stops, and then we won't say anything to each other again for a few months. And the reason is basically because he's busy with things. And if I was busy with things, I might not have time for him either. And that's kind of just how it is with like with a lot of people. I don't have time for people. I don't have the energy for people. So people try to like put yourself in their life, and I can be a bit avoidant, and I don't like a lot of people. I don't want them to take up space in my life, and I don't want to become invested in somebody too much if I don't see them as like somebody that I could hang out with for a very long, long time, like spend a lot of time on, because like I need to have open space for the right people in my life. Um, I don't really know like where I was going with talking about all that, but I did. So there was that one girl, um, and we were talking and hanging out, and it's basically over now, as far as I can tell. Maybe it isn't, but I think it is, and now I have more time to talk to you guys. And honestly, it's really cool because I haven't uploaded in like 2 months, but there's still people, I guess, finding the channel and subscribing to it. And I guess you guys want to hear things, and I think it's really cool, like that. Like I've always liked like little YouTube communities, and I don't know if you guys know who like Freedom Misato is or Corey's Corner. I like those people, and because I think that I'm kind of in that circle at this point because I comment on a lot of their videos, and I think that's where a lot of you guys come from. Um, or like Osaka syndrome. Um, like kind of like this, like this autistic terminally online like YouTube. Um, I just the side of YouTube that's like that. Like we're in there, I think, and I just like this. I would like to have like I guess interactions online with people, and if that means like to achieve that I have to upload videos and not really videos but audios. Um, that's what I'm gonna do because people like us, as far as I can tell, we're not meant for things like TikTok or Twitter or Instagram or something. 'Cause like I just open those apps and you know, opening TikTok makes me feel more connected to the world than I've ever felt because it's like you see somebody's face and they're looking right at you and they're just talking to you. And at this point, I've probably had people talk to me more through TikTok in the last several years than I've talked to anyone outside of than like I've interacted with people like outside of that. At least in like a meaningful way. Obviously there's like interactions at work or something. But people get like very personal and they talk about their lives on TikTok or whatever. And that's really I think it's actually TikTok is pretty much prime social media except for how it's kind of um I'm not sure how to say this. It's like yeah, I'm not sure how to say that. So I'm just gonna not say that. But if you know, you know, I guess. If you know, you know. Um but I guess it just like people interacting with each other. That's what this is all about. And something like like Twitter, like every time I open Twitter, I don't understand how these people find their little Twitter groups and they have like they talk about their mutuals. Like the people that follow them and like they have like friends on Twitter. Like I don't know how did you get into that little circle because every time I open Twitter, like yeah, I mean there's people I follow and stuff and like I mostly use it because like it's kind of it's funny and like and I collect like images like of like Asuka or Osaka or something. Um like the Azumanga Dao characters or something like that. Or I see like cool video game projects for made by indie developers that I'm probably never going to purchase, but like I like the way the graphics look. Um, and I don't every time I've downloaded Instagram a few times, not anytime recently, but like it never was working for me. And I guess maybe I just need to use it more, but it's also terrifying because it'll just recommend you people that you've met before that you haven't seen in like months or years. And like I don't want to interact with the people that I know in real life on Instagram. I do not want to do that. Or like on Facebook, like everybody I know uses Facebook a bunch, and I don't like see the appeal of Facebook. Like it's just not for me. It's not my vibe. That's not my game. So I guess YouTube is my game. I've always liked YouTube. I've always liked these these very niche YouTubers that just talk about their lives. You know, another guy is Idle Neat. Um, I like his videos and that he's done streams with I think his name is V or I'm sorry. Um, but like the other person. Um, yeah, you know, hmm. So I don't know, like if you guys want to make like some kind of, you know, there's no way on earth I would make a Discord server for for my YouTube. But it would be cool to have something like if you if anybody ever wants to like just I guess maybe like play a game or something. You know, maybe we could try to like work something out. I don't know. Or I don't know, like just comment and like just talk about something or like upload some of your own audios and I'll listen to them. Cause I don't know, I just want to interact with people. Like that's the whole point of this. Um yeah, I don't know. And you know, like 4chan is awful. It's gotten, it's gotten so bad. I don't know really any other image boards. Um yeah. Uh, really not too much has been going on in my life. You know, I've kind of it's like I get back from work and I don't really have any goals or aspirations. I don't really know what to do with my life. I'm barely making money, but I am making money. Like I'm making profit. I'm not just paycheck to paycheck, which is good. Um, and you know, I have my online friend who I'm playing games with, and I guess I shouldn't worry too much about how long that's gonna last, but I just don't. I like, you know, the Bible says don't worry about tomorrow. So maybe I won't, but I don't know. I don't really know what to do with myself though. I mean, I just feel like you know, like I don't think there's any way I could not feel like I was wasting time in my life. Like I don't know. I just feel I'm just stuck. It's like there's nowhere to go and nothing to do, and I feel like an outsider, like an alien in the world. So like I can't I like most people would say like oh like to go out and like meet people or like talk to girls or something, and it's like that's it's just not gonna work for me. Like you know I've been around people long enough. I've existed in this world long enough to know that I just don't really belong here. And that's just the way it is. Um, so I just gotta kind of gotta find my own like crevice to crawl in because I don't know. I guess I don't belong out above ground or everybody else is. And you know, another thing about it is like, even if I really wanted to, which I really don't, um, I don't have the like ability to do it. Like, I don't understand people in an like an intuitive way because I'm not like them, and people don't really understand me, and I get exhausted interacting with people normally. It's I think it's like there's you can look it up. Something called autistic burnout, and I think I deal with it just after interacting with people because It's like if I talk to somebody too much, or if somebody talks to me too much, um, I just get exhausted, and then I just can't. I don't like I can't say anything, or like I can't even talk. Um, Especially if it's the wrong person. And I do believe that there are people that where I just wouldn't be affected. Like I just wouldn't have that problem because I think that a lot of it is just masking. And basically I just get tired of masking. And if somebody's personality and my personality don't mesh, then they just don't mesh. So if they're trying to interact with me, but I don't have any real drive or desire to interact with them, I either avoid it or I basically mask so that for their benefit so that they can feel like they're interacting with me. But they're really not because I'm just kind of doing what they want. Um, like if I sat down on a couch with somebody and watched sports and they were talking about football or something, I wasn't interested in football, then like what my like true desire is there is to like just kind of stand up and walk away because I'm not interested in football. But if I was being nice, maybe I sit there and I nod my head and I think of some questions to ask so that they can talk about football. Um, but it's really it's disingenuous. I get maybe it is. Yeah, maybe that makes me like a liar in some way. But the thing is, it's like around most people, I have a very like bland, dull personality because I'm just not I'm just not like them, I guess. I'm not interested in the same stuff they care about. Um and I guess this audio has gone on long enough. So, I guess that's it. You know, I want to talk about some other stuff, come to think of it. But maybe I'll do that another time. All right, so I guess bye guys. Um and I'll say like this world is dark and evil. And if you're a Christian person, the Bible says that you're in the world but not of the world. So that's another part of it. And Jesus said, if the world hates you, remember that it hated me first. And people might not hate you to your face, and might not feel like they hate you, but I think when it really came down to it, like in a spiritual way, they do hate you. And maybe they would hate the things that you stand for, that you have conviction about, and you don't know it. And maybe they hate the way that you decide to live your life. It's not like a hate in the way that you think of it, but it's a spiritual thing. Like they're like an enemy, like they're opposition. I don't know how to explain it. But basically what I'm saying is it's not a bad thing to not belong. It's actually like a really good sign.